back. I took a nap, so yeah, that's why I'm took me a while to get back. I'm all the way over here. Okay, give me a minute while I get all this done, ready to go.
And I'm gonna disappear.
Okay, later. Okay. Okay. We're skipping that one because I wanna That's probably, I'm not probably not going to be able to do that. No, do that one later.
Last time on Star Trek Online.
We are fighting a war on multiple fronts. We have to consider the Borg, the Undine, and the Romulans, as well as the Klingons.
I see now my deception has been exposed.
Starfleet has lost too many ships and too many good men and women to a fight we now know was caused by Iconian and Undine influence.
Is that...
An Iconian gateway? Yes, I believe it is.
Into the gateway, now!
Are all those markers Iconian gateways?
Sir, we've been scanning the gateway. The monitors on the bridge are all showing an Omega.
Welcome to the Delta Quadrant. We are within the Solanae Dyson Sphere, a spherical structure built around a star.
We now know why the sphere generates vast amounts of Omega particles. It is designed to use those particles as fuel to jump to any area of space.
It now appears that the Jenolan sphere had the same jump capabilities as the Solanae, and moved to this location.
You're not Cooper.
We will repel the Undine, and survive to warn the Alpha Quadrant of the renewed threat. The Undine are a threat to us all. I propose a summit. We must decide together what we must do to protect the Alpha Quadrant. Our disputes may need to be put aside in the face of a greater enemy.
And now, the continuation.
Welcome to the Delta Quadrant. I will admit that I did not expect to be here with Voyager again. It is agreeable. Thank you for agreeing to attend this conference and supporting my position on the Undine. However, reaching a consensus today will be difficult. Many different agendas will be represented here today. I will speak to you in person shortly. Tuvok out.
Welcome to the Jenolan Dyson Sphere. Please beam down to these coordinates.
Okay, that was interesting. Apparently, the reason for that, there was a content drought for a while. I wasn't around for that content drought because, yeah, I don't remember much about it. Hi.
It is good to see a fellow warrior of your stature. While I find the Federation's insistence on conferences and committees to be tiresome, at least we're here and might be able to finally accomplish something. I expect this will be a boring affair punctuated by a great deal of posture. The sooner it is over with, the sooner we can return to defending the Empire.
Lead on, Captain. 1 second. It turned on the music a bit. There we go.
I am gratified to see the Klingon Empire recognizes the importance of this conference. It is time that we reached an equitable position with regard to the threat posed by the Undine. I would recommend assisting your ambassador while we complete our final preparations. The talks will begin shortly.
The Federation is too busy with bureaucracy to begin promptly. How typical. Consider this an opportunity to see to the Empire's interests in this venue.
Yes, the Gorn! The Gorn Ambassador. What does the Empire require? Take care of the following issues.
Talk to the other delegates and intimidate the other attendees in order to ensure they take the Klingon commitment to this war seriously.
Understood.
Take this opportunity to look for distinctive devices and scan Janolan Sphere technology.
Understood. Leave it to the Gorn to be just as bad as the Klingons. Oh, hello, Rom!
This conference could be an excellent opportunity for profit. If the Federation, the Klingons, and the Romulans can all agree on something, it could open the door to new trade agreements, shipping routes, and technology deals.
Oh, Rom, I don't want to do this to you. Just remember that in the event of war, Klingon Empire may be forced to honor its commitment to other warriors.
What's that supposed to mean exactly?
And that is his voice! Oh, good! If this conference fails, the likelihood of open conflict increases. If your ships aren't prepared to fight, then they need to stay out of the way. Don't imitate. Don't go after Rom. The Cardassian delegate. Who's the Cardassian delegate? Yeah, who is the Cardassian delegate? Garrick? Elam? Garrick?
I have to say, I'm quite surprised at how smoothly this conference is proceeding. We've all been here for some time, and not a single gunfight has broken out. How encouraging. This conference may represent a new opportunity for the people of 3 quadrants.
Oh, Garrick, you haven't changed. It is unlikely the Cardassian Union has much to contribute. Even the Bajorans were ultimately too much of a challenge for your military.
An interesting opinion. And tell me, how is your quarrel with the Federation going? I don't seem to recall seeing the Imperial Klingon standard flying over the ruins of Starfleet Command the last time I visited Earth. It's true, Cardassia has suffered some reversals in the past. That said, the warrior who considers us defeated is a foolish warrior indeed.
As you say, strafe in numbers won the Dominion War, and it can work again with the Undine challenge. Challenge those.
The preliminary tasks are complete. You should speak with Admiral Tuvok again.
Alright. Well, Garrick, I don't mind intimidating him because it's Garrick. It's not gonna work. Being part of the Obsidian Order really doesn't do imitate. Oh, I hate this place.
The delegates have all arrived. The presentation will begin shortly. You have some time to familiarize yourself with the other ambassadors and their positions. I suggest that you do so.
That's it. Okay, speak to the delegates. Need to check something real quick.
thank you for greeting me. I'm always pleased to meet with our allies in the Klingon Empire. I trust that the Republic will be able to take a leadership role in studying this sphere. The extensive knowledge we've gained from the Solanae sphere should give us an advantage here. And, after all, the gateway that leads to both of these spheres is in Republic space.
That's the only thing we need to decide here. What about the Undine or Undine, whatever?
Yes, the Undine.
Undine.
Very interesting. My security advisors have been looking over the data, and we are all very curious to hear what you and Admiral Tuvok have to say on the matter.
There is a podium set aside for Romulan delegation. Okay. Zindi delegate?
The Zindi are here to support Admiral Tuvok's call for cooperation. We know what tragedies befall a people who are being manipulated by outsiders, as we once were. The Undine's lies and manipulation remind us of the Sphere Builders, whose deceptions led us to make one of the greatest mistakes in our history. There are 5 races on my world. We all know reaching a consensus can be difficult, but the Zindi are living proof that if we put aside animosity, our differences can make us stronger.
Let me get this straight. After what the Zindi did to Earth and Enterprise, they're now part of the Federation. That kind is interesting how that works. I guess Archer's reach really is for something.
The Federation's position is quite clear. We believe the only way to safeguard the future of the Alpha and Beta quadrants is for all the galactic powers to behave as reasonable entities and work together to oppose those who would threaten our worlds. It doesn't matter if that threat comes from the Undine, the Borg, or the Iconians. The response is the same.
That's an unexpected brief. Brief. Thank you, Ambassador.
I can already see this will be a most tedious event. If you have any influence whatsoever with any of the other delegates, be sure to underscore the fact that the Klingon Empire will consider anyone who does not act against the shapeshifter threat as a co-belligerent.
Of course, Stasis. Stas, I'm sure. Thank you, Ambassador.
You've spoken with representatives of all of the delegations. You should return to Admiral Tuvok.
Yes, I'm sure even if the ambassador wasn't a Gorn, it still would be an issue.
We are almost ready to begin. Will you complete the final preparations for the conference while I speak to Captain Sean? After that, your assistance in encouraging everyone to take their seats would be appreciated. I must join the Federation delegation.
Understood. I'll finish the preparations and direct people to their seats. We can figure out.
Ah, it seems the time has come at last. Thank you for the reminder.
You are welcome, Counselor. Garrick going from going from a spy in his sibling order to Taylor, then to Counselor. Wow, Garrick, you really changed a lot.
I suppose we can begin.
Thank you for taking your seat. One second.
Oh, yes, I will take my seat.
Thank you. How respectful for Ferengi.
I was just going. Don't rush me.
Oh, Bajorans, thank you for taking your seat.
You can start the presentation from the control console.
The Undine represent a clear and present danger to not only the Federation, but also the Klingon Empire and Romulan Republic. The damage done here by a mere handful of ships is clear evidence for the need for cooperation.
With respect, Admiral, the Romulan Republic is quite capable of leading exploration and security measures here, just as we have led efforts to secure the Solanae sphere. My militia...
I find it interesting that the Federation suddenly has concerns about the Undine now. Where was the Federation when the Empire discovered Undine infiltrators in the Alpha Quadrant? Or is the Federation only interested now the Undine threatens something you want?
Given the exceptionally complicated nature of such...
Ambassador, given what we now know, that was a mistake. The Empire recognized the Undine threat years ago. We didn't.
You admit you are wrong?
The evidence provided by Admiral Tuvok and his team is sound.
Thank you, Captain Sean. However, dwelling on past mistakes will not solve the problems of the present.
Our fleet stands ready to protect both spheres from the Undine.
The Undine can wait. We have more important business to discuss. Who owns this sphere? I represent a consortium of businessmen on Ferenginar. We are prepared to invest significant venture capital into transforming this sphere into a vacation destination to rival Risa. I have a proposal of 500,000 bars of... What's that?
Tuvok to Voyager. Report.
A massive fleet of Undine vessels just appeared from a rift. They're setting a course for the gateway.
The Undine? What do they want?
Unknown. Direct to Lisette. Track their course.
Enterprise to Captain Sean. We're receiving a distress signal from Earth's space dock.
Sean to Federation Fleet. Red alert. Prepare for immediate departure.
The Federation is our enemy, but the Undine attack like assassins in the night.
We will crush the Comic-Coup!
A significant Undine force is headed for the Sol system. Although our people are no longer allies, will you sit idly by while others fight against the Undine? They must be stopped.
Yes, they must be stopped. Beam up and follow the Undine fleet to Earth.
Species 8472 is already boarded Earth space dock. Once we are through the gateway, we must render assistance as soon as possible.
Wow!
I am picking up several distress calls from across the system. Curious. There are fewer Undine vessels than we witnessed using the gateway.
Any word from Starfleet Command?
Negative. The subspace relay booster network appears to be offline. I am reading Undine ships attacking Earth space dock, as well as attacks on the lunar colonies and the orbital habitat on the far side of Earth.
We need to split our forces if we're going to stop the Undine in multiple locations.
Agreed. Enterprise will clear the area around the lunar colonies.
Understood. We'll head towards space dock.
Fine. Jirok and I will clear the far side of the planet.
Good hunting.
Enterprise will set course for Luna.
My ship is operational. We will fall in and make a drive for the space. Sol will not be safe as long as species 8472 vessels remain in the system. Earth's space dock is taking severe structural damage.
No kidding. Not hurry. Earth's space dock may be destroyed. Yikes.
There are still Undine ships in the system. We must eliminate them.
Tethys Dreadnought, inbound.
Colony secure. We will put an end to this together.
transponder signal? As if this could get any worse. There are Undine hunting parties on Earth's space dock. We're fighting them, but if you're willing to help, we could use it.
So yeah, the inside here is going to be the original old space dock to those who haven't played this game. In the old days, the space dock was horrible looking. So they used this to basically say, oh, if the place was destroyed, let's just remake it. You expect us to help?
The Federation has no right to your assistance, but I am requesting it anyway. You have fought the Undine. They are enemies of the Empire. Do you want to let them win now?
It is the honorable thing to do, but do not forget this. We won't.
The boarding parties on Earth's space dock should be our main concern. The Undine will be attempting to cripple Starfleet operations, gain valuable data, and capture ranking officers. We cannot afford to allow them to succeed. I am prepared to beam down immediately. Your assistance will greatly improve our chances of success.
Earth's space dock has sustained severe damage from multiple Undine boarding parties. We must locate Admiral Quinn. The most expedient path to the Admiral's office is through those doors. Our mission objectives are clear. We must ascertain the whereabouts of Admiral Quinn and expel all Undine boarders. Teams from other ships have beamed to lower decks here on the station. While your fleet's willingness to assist the Federation is unexpected, having Klingon warriors on our side will give us an advantage.
Here's someone crying nearby. They need help.
Everything hurts. What? Who? Admiral Tuvok. I don't think you're supposed to be here. What's happening?
What happened here?
I don't... What? The windows. They came through the windows, walking on the hall. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Earth is supposed to be safe.
He seems very rattled. Admiral, what can we do?
Indeed. I can initiate a mind meld. It will calm him, and I will be able to learn what he knows about the attack. This is not normally something I would suggest, but I believe that in this instance it is necessary.
Do what you need to do, I'll keep watch.
My mind to your mind. My thoughts to your thoughts.
Oh, it's quick. Oh, it seems that this part is not voiced. Weird. Altogether, Anson, you have a duty to the station.
There is more going on with these boarding parties than mere description. Phaser fire. There are more Starfleet officers fighting nearby.
Good, more battle. The Undine will fall.
We need to manually activate the fire suppression systems.
I see the banner to activate the extinguishers.
I thought Earth space dock would be a quiet assignment.
Be cautious. There are more Undine nearby.
Admiral Tuvok, I'm going to help hold this position. I'm not much of a soldier, but I can make repairs and help keep this area clear of Undine. I hope Admiral Quinn is okay. He was on comms a few minutes ago, but the transmission was cut off.
Fight well, Ensign. We will find Admiral Quinn.
Be cautious. There are more Undine nearby.
I'll stay here. Good luck.
Admiral Quinn.
Oh, hello.
The Empire tried to warn us about the Undine, but it is clear now that the Federation had already been infiltrated. They convinced us to dismiss the threat. It was an error for which we will pay dearly. Admiral Quinn is not here. He may be alive elsewhere on the station. The logical course of action amid so much chaos would be to re-establish the chain of command.
And how do we get anyone to listen to us, Vulcan?
Perhaps we can establish more reliable communications by directly linking to the Starbase's internal systems. The consoles here can be used for that purpose. Make the attempt. I will keep watch for more Undine.
Huh, in honorable trade, I will link to the internal comms.
I will cover you.
Who is this? Communications are damaged.
One moment.
This is Admiral Quinn.
The Federation needs to work on its security.
Admiral, what is your status?
I'm pinned down in my office with Egan. We've been trying to get internal comms and sensors working. What's your status?
The officers are putting up a worthy fight.
The Undine boarding parties appear to have some goal in mind, but we are unsure as to what it might be. Admiral, I suggest you hold your position. We will make our way to you.
The Undine will not stand against us.
Stay alert for more imposters.
There's probably an imposter right behind this door. Yes, there was.
There are still more Undine on the station. I can feel their anger. Ambush. The way is blocked. There may be an alternate route on the upper deck. Admiral Quinn and Commander Egan are below. The Admiral appears to require medical treatment. It is agreeable to see you, Admiral.
Yes, Admiral. I'll finish the battle. Stop coming down from the ceiling!
Thank you. Now maybe we should... Commander Egan!
Is something wrong?
Egg? Where are you going?
One moment, Admiral.
Intriguing. The amount of resistance Starfleet has offered is unexpected. That being said...
The weak will perish, and you are weak.
He is tapping into the bioship's power units.
Egan was an Undine? That would explain what happened to our defense grid. He would have known they were coming, and had ample opportunity to sabotage us. Damn, I didn't see that coming.
You were fooled. That is what the Undine do. What now?
Egan. It's hard to believe. He attacked me mentally, led everyone into a trap. I couldn't stop him. We have much to consider. There may be... Tuvok! What's going on? Tuvok! Can you hear me? Tuvok!
Tuvok! Hello, Tuvok. Egan was too weak. He spent too much time among humans. He served his purpose, and you will be far too late.
Too late for what?
Your quadrant will fall. The weak will perish. This dimension will be cleansed, purified of infestation. Your efforts are meaningless. I know your thoughts, Tuvok.
Indeed, Doctor. But I have taken advantage of this connection to look into your mind as well.
What?
I understand now what your plans are. You will not succeed.
You can't stop us. Tuvok!
Admiral Tuvok! Admiral!
Diversion. This was all a diversion.
What do you mean?
Kronos. Their real target is Kronos.
Captain Coran.
Come. Kronos will need every available ship. You helped defend the heart of the Federation. Now we must do the same for your empire.
One to be my blade, and of course, we're Kronos. Maximum warp.
We have arrived in the Kronos system. At this time, the ruins of Praxis are concealing our arrival from the Undine. The Klingon homeworld is engaged in Vulcan forces, but they appear to be taking heavy casualties.
Starfleet sends one ship. It's a broken down relic that belongs in a museum. Obviously, we will get no help from Starfleet. Come! There will be glory enough for both of us.
Reinforcements are on their way.
The Romulans have promised additional aid, as has Starfleet Command. The Enterprise is contacting all available ships and...
Meaningless words. Our warriors are ready to do battle here and now. We will not wait for the Federation to make a committee and take a vote on whether or not the Undine are a threat.
We will defend the home to our dying breath, to our final breath. Battle stations.
Are you afraid, Vulcan?
The Romulan Republic has made commitments to its allies. We are here to honor them.
We would not be alone if anyone in the Federation had the heart of a warrior. Our
we
day
are
of
at
glory!
distinct tactical disadvantage.
Think of it as an increase in your opportunities to die with honor.
My apologies for being late.
Just one more ship?
Not exactly. We brought a few friends.
Whatever is coming is huge.
is that thing?
The Undine have brought a large craft through a quantum singularity.
They're powering up weapons!
The Undine have a new planet killer!
Target that ship, and fire all weapons!
No effect! They're too strong!
Voyager has one nanite torpedo remaining from her time in the Delta Quadrant. Such devices proved effective against the Undine in the past. Tactical. Fire when ready.
They took some damage, but the planet killer can still fire. I can get the Aquarius into firing position above her and exploit the opening in her shields, but someone will need to keep the Undine distracted.
Here we go!
The Aquarius is beginning its attack run.
Sean's attacking the killer on his
We must assist him, not when he's active.
Weapons are offline. This is our only chance. Setting the Aquarius on a collision course.
Acknowledged. Do we have Sean's coordinates?
Getting locked now, sir. He did it, sir! The planet killer has been destroyed.
Tuvok to Allied fleet. Stand down. The Undine are retreating.
Captain Sean.
Transporter room. Did you get him?
We have...
Captain Sean to Admiral Tuvok. Permission to come aboard?
And turn on your lights!
The High Council is signaling that they wish to speak with you directly. Are you prepared for transport to the First City?
There are many here who have seen the danger Species 8472 presents with their own eyes for the first time. Thank you for your assistance in protecting both Earth and Kronos from the Undine. However, one thing I have learned from your empire is that battle can have benefits. Today's fight opened the door to what may be a lasting peace between the Federation and your empire. Now we must have the courage to compromise for the greater good. In its way, that can be more difficult than waging war. The formalities will begin soon. Until then, I must take the time to speak to others who were instrumental in the success of this mission.
We face great threats, but we'll also celebrate great victories.
That was a close one. But I'm fortunate Voyager transported me off the ship at the last second. Still, it would have been a good death.
And you're still here, Captain.
Thank you for your assistance during the attack on Earth. You acted with true honor, and I am grateful we were able to offer some aid to Kronos in return.
Thank you, Admiral.
The Gorn have come to respect the Federation. We will abide by any decision the High Council makes. But I have advised the Chancellor that we support a permanent ceasefire. Undine infiltrators took my people to the brink of destruction. I will stand with anyone who opposes the Undine.
If your Federation, they talk about, he talks about how they had respect for the Federation because of Captain Kirk. Thank you, Ambassador. Because of the episode Arena.
You have gained much honor and glory today. However, I now see Worf was correct. There is honor in the Federation as well. The time for our battle against Starfleet has passed. We should turn our blades toward the real enemy. I remember you from the Gateway activation. You fought well today. May our meetings on the battlefield always be as glorious.
Thank you, Captain. Now, Worf.
I served in Starfleet, and now I serve the Empire. There are many on both sides of the current conflict for whom I have deep respect. I see this as an opportunity. We may find we have more in common than we realize.
By the way, this is one of the last time we hear Dorn, and he shows up later, but he's like in a small part. I agree, Ambassador. That's sad. He should have more parts. It's Dorn.
Our people come from a culture of deception and division. We've rejected our past in favor of open alliances. Perhaps it's time for the Federation and the Empire to set aside their past as well. We would welcome a ceasefire between our allies.
Thank you.
Your homeworld is safe. I'm glad the Lisette was here to fight by your side. I just wish my father could see all of us working together toward a common goal. This is the future he dreamed of.
Thank you, Commander.
Kapla! I see now why you are known as one of the greatest warriors of our age.
Thank you.
Many fine warriors have earned their places in Stovacor today. They died with honor, fighting one of our most formidable enemies. The Undine brought the battle to our very threshold. The fine warriors standing before me pushed them back. Let us honor our sacrifices and our accomplishments by ending...
Of the Milky Way, you have come further than we expected. But still you chase our shadows.
We are not here to impress you, demon! We stand united, and there is no one who can...
We give you a single warning to not attract our attention again.
What was that? That was an Iconian!
That was the reason we need to work together. It's time for our feud to end.
Agreed. From this day forward, all hostilities between the Empire and the Federation will cease.
Alright, what?
The Iconians use servitor races and other species to do their fighting for them. Species 8472 has been an unknowing catspaw of the Iconians for some time. This time, however, the Undine were defeated, and it was our combined strength that allowed us to prevail. Thousands of years ago, the Iconians were defeated by an alliance of races. I predict their ultimate aim has been to prevent such an alliance from happening again.
But the conflict between the Federation and the Empire is over.
There have been periods in our combined history when the Federation and the Empire have not been at war, but they have not been allies either. This may be the beginning of such a time. It will be up to us to determine what happens next. With time, we may even restore the alliance that came out of the Kittimer Accords.
What happens now?
Voyager will return to the Delta Quadrant. There is much to do there, and the Genolan Sphere will need to be protected from further Undine assaults. I am sure I will see you again. You have been a worthy ally, and your wisdom and courage will be called upon in the days ahead. Until then, live long and prosper.
Until next time, Admiral. One to beam up.
Congratulations, Captain.
And there we go. The war between the Klingon and the Federation, the Empire is done. For now at least. Unless they decide to start it up again because silliness. And what's funny, this game got the factions to stop warring with each other before WoW did, which is kind of hilarious. It took WoW years to basically say, oh yeah, let's not do the faction war anymore, shall we? What is next? More. The Delta Quadrant. Here is the area where I stopped. I don't remember which part of this I stopped in. It was around here. I don't think oh, here it comes in this. I stopped at the area where you pick up Neelix. And I know Neelix is in this game because they made a big deal about getting the actor for him. They made a big deal when they're gonna make a bigger deal if they ever get Patrick Stewart to reprise his role as Picard. But yeah, I'm back to where I stopped last time. Okay, I need to replicate her. What is it again? Assignment requires. I don't see that. I'll check again. Permit heads, medical. What do I need? Yes. Okay, antigens, okay. $20 of them. Okay. Department heads to science. That done. Okay, no available slots. I'm gonna need a drink here, so excuse me. Incoming hail from Voyager on screen.
Welcome to the Janolan Dyson Sphere. The situation in the Delta Quadrant is continuing to develop. We will need the assistance of all our allies to stay ahead of it.
Thank you for this opportunity. I look forward to serving with you. Beam to the Delta Quadrant. Command. Oh, Janeway!
For now, things are relatively peaceful out there. I'll let you know when that's no longer the case. Officially, there's a joint effort aimed at establishing a new presence in the Delta Quadrant. While I was captain of the Voyager, I learned a lot about this part of the galaxy. Command felt I'd be a valuable part of our efforts here, and I agree with them.
Oh, I forgot they got the actor for her. And unofficially?
We need to find out where things stand, especially with some of the more aggressive factions in the Quadrant. There used to be a lot of distance between Delta and our neck of the galaxy. But now, thanks to a pair of Dyson spheres and an Iconian gateway system, the Delta Quadrant might as well be next door. I'd like to make sure we're all going to be good neighbors.
So you can fix the crap that you started?
There's something interesting I'd like you to look into.
So you can fix the crap that you started, Janeway.
Admiral Tuvok has requested that you meet Voyager in the Solaran system. I believe he requires your assistance with a personal issue. While you're there, you should be able to get a briefing on the current state of the Delta Quadrant.
I would say what I have now is better, but I can give it to one of my crew. I'm amazed it's called Janeway's Legacy.
Greetings. Admiral Tuvok is waiting for you in the conference room.
Oh, wow, this ship is the scale. Impressive.
Time for a tour, but the Admiral insists he needs to speak with you right away. The Admiral is waiting for you in the ready room.
Well, hello, Bug.
Greetings. Thank you for coming so promptly. We do not have much time, and I require your assistance.
What's going on?
I am still under telepathic assault by the Undine we know as Cooper. He has found some means to greatly increase his psionic power, and I cannot withstand his assault indefinitely. I will need your help to repel Cooper's attack and counter him.
You must be under a great amount of stress.
What else do you need to know?
I'm ready. If you're Beta Z, it actually says, I sense.
My mind to your mind. Your thoughts to my thoughts.
Oh, Omega particles are everywhere. Doctor? Doctor? He's not here either.
Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
Oh, hello, Robert Ricardo. Doctor, I seem to be confined to sickbay. Can you override the door and look out for me?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we? First, I need to make sure you're not contagious or suffering from any injuries. This will only take a moment.
I'm fine, Doctor. Really, I need to get to engineering.
Don't be difficult. I'm only doing my job. Engineers and captains, always in a hurry to get out of sickbay.
Doctor, it's crucial that I leave sickbay. I need to find Tuvok.
You're not going anywhere. Doctor's orders.
Doctor?
Enemy target
Can you hear me? Come speak to me at the desk terminal. The mind meld was successful. Excellent. I am currently trapped in the ready room. For the moment, I will only be able to communicate with you remotely. Cooper is working to subvert my mental defenses, and I must focus my concentration on keeping my mind intact.
So I need to liberate you from your ready room?
No. Cooper is trying to erode my emotional control. Symbolically, this means that he must destroy Voyager. To do so, he is attempting to overload the warp core. You must proceed to engineering to stop Cooper from destabilizing the warp core. If he is successful, he will have broken down my mental control systems. Once the core and my mind are protected from Cooper's attacks, then we can take control of this mindscape. Take the pad from the doctor's office. I will use it to communicate with you as you proceed.
Understood. I'll pick up the pad and proceed to engineering.
Good. Now we will be able to remain in contact. Proceed to engineering. Cooper is attempting to subvert my mental defenses by replacing my memories with engrams from his bioship. Until he is expelled, these kinds of incursions will continue. You may see strange items or distortions in your surroundings. Ignore them and proceed as best you can. Remember Kiri Kinthaw's first law of metaphysics. Nothing unreal exists.
Understood.
Cooper is trying to overload the warp core. You must keep it stable.
Ooh, that's weird.
The mindscape is a simulacrum. Cooper may move elements to suit his needs, or try to stop you. Certain areas may be blocked or damaged, or even transformed. Do your best to reach your destination. Cooper cannot simultaneously attack an area and conceal it.
I see.
What are you doing here?
Oh, hello, Kim.
What are you doing here? This area is very dangerous. The core is unstable.
Where's the chief's engineer?
Belana, I don't know. She should be here, but as far as I can tell, everything on Voyager's about to fall apart, and I'm the only one here. Stay back. I'm going to put a force field around the core while I try to stabilize it. It won't contain a core breach, but it might block some of the radiation if the magnetic stabilizers give out.
I can stop the core breach. Step out of my way.
I've almost got this. Just keep back. It will only take a few more minutes.
Ensign, we can solve this more effectively if we work together.
You are stupid, aren't you? Only people the Vulcan melded with should be here. Not everyone on Voyager is part of Tuvok's warped little subconscious. Some of us are far more exceptional.
Ensign Kim, step away from the warp core controls.
I'll destroy you. And Tuvok's mind with you.
He has raised his defenses to protect himself. Use one of the engineering consoles to press your attack.
Enemy targets on sensor.
He has raised his defenses to protect himself. Use one of the engineering consoles to press your attack. Quickly, use the controls to restore the warp core. This will strengthen my mental defenses. Excellent. With my mental defenses stabilized, we should have additional time to fend off Cooper's intrusion. Head to the crew decks. Inside of my memories exist fragments of personalities from any person with whom I have previously experienced a mind meld. You may be able to find someone whose personality is not wholly part of my mind, and thus not susceptible to Cooper's influence.
I'll find someone to help on the crew decks. Anyway, Ensign Kim died again, like he always does. What the heck?
Move through the crew decks to your right. You may be able to find a fragment of a personality who can help. People with whom I have previously melded have left impressions of their Katras in my mind. You may be able to convince one to assist you. Because they are not technically me, Cooper's ability to subvert them may be limited.
I'll keep an eye out for anyone who might be able to help. Seven?
What is happening? What am I doing here? Who are you? I require specifics. Answer me.
Voyager is in danger from species 8472. We need to liberate Tuvok. He's being held locked in the ready room.
I have no reason to trust you, but this seems familiar somehow. Why am I in the crew quarters? I should be in my regeneration alcove.
Tuvok can explain. He has here. He can get through this pad.
7. You are currently experiencing an engrammatic regress as a result of a Vulcan mind meld. You must assist me in reasserting control over the meld. I am currently locked in the ready room next to the bridge. Exercise caution as species 8472 has subverted the vessel.
Let's go to the bridge and help Tuvok.
That is Borg technology. But the presence of the Collective will not dissuade us. Assimilation is irrelevant. Assimilated Undine. They may be a reflection of the unconscious fears of species 8472.
Or my unconscious, because I fought them.
You're here. Let's just get this over with.
Enemy targets on center.
Oops.
Enemy targets on center.
I will secure the bridge while you release Tuvok.
With Cooper defeated, he should no longer be able to maintain the telepathic link with my mind, for the time being. We must end the mind meld and consider our next course of action. Now that we have removed Cooper's influence, it is time to break the link between he and myself.
I agree, it's time to end this.
With Cooper's attack temporarily halted, we are in a position to slow the advance of his Undine forces. Please accompany me to the bridge.
Lead the way, Emma. Wait. These are old Voyager uniforms.
We still do not have a fix on Cooper's whereabouts. I will contact Starfleet for any current information about Undine movements. Use the sensors to check for their quantum signatures. Voyager's sensor array is currently calibrated for tracking Undine movements, so you should be able to garner results quickly.
I'll handle the sensors.
You should return to your ship. While I am somewhat fatigued as a result of the mind meld, I believe that I can continue in my duties on Voyager while we plan our next steps.
Tuvok, I'm getting an error from operations. The Omega Protocol, lockdown is in effect.
We must still be in the meld. Cooper is trying to deceive us. He needs to break the link cleanly, but lacks the strength to confront us directly.
What do we do?
You don't belong here.
We should use the link to our advantage. If we can track Cooper through the link, we can then pursue him in the physical realm. Since the Mindscape deals in symbolic representations, we need a map to his location. We should proceed to astrometrics.
Let's go.
Cooper is trying to block your progress. Look for another path. In 2375, Voyager encountered a malfunctioning board vinculum that had been turned into a trap by species 6339. This vinculum caused other personalities from the collective to surface in 7 of 9. I entered a mind meld with her in an attempt to stabilize her personality. These people are echoes of the personalities of people assimilated by the Borg. They are not truly aware, knowing only that they desire to escape. It may be helpful to think of them as ghosts, metaphorically speaking, of course.
I'm not afraid of ghosts. And I remember that episode too.
Cooper is attempting to distort your path again. Keep searching. I sense we are making progress. Keep searching.
Enemy combatants in close proximity. Flanking damage detected.
Ow.
Personal shield losing power.
He's scared of the hearing. A cutscene was missing there. Oh well.
This ordeal has taxed me mentally, but I must continue the mission. I have learned that Cooper is in fluidic space, in an area that corresponds to the location known in our dimension as the Northwest Passage. We must travel there and enter fluidic space to confront Cooper once more. He is aboard a special command bioship that he cannot abandon. If we catch him in fluidic space, we can force a final confrontation. Please join me on the bridge. I must focus my concentration on regaining my strength. I need you to enter our destination coordinates and make certain that there are no more surprises.
Voyager will join you in the Northwest Passage. We'll leave as soon as you've returned to your ship. We need to hurry if we want to catch Cooper.
This area of space was labeled by Commander Chakotay as the Northwest Passage. It is a corridor of space that the Borg avoid because of the high incidence of quantum singularities, which the Undine use as points of transit. Voyager encountered the passage in 2373, and Captain Janeway chose to use it to travel through Borg space. This precipitated our first contact with species 8472.
By the way, guys, I'm sorry. I need to stop. I got a headache right now. So, it probably let me check if it saves right here. Yeah, I think it saves right. Let me check one more. Let me check real quick. Yes, it saves there. So we can stop right here, and I can lay down for a bit because my head hurts. Alright. We are close to the area where I stopped, and, well, we can do more. The next step is the stuff I never did before. So, take care.